Well, I just have to see if I can edit it afterwards.
Okay.
But this is letters to Madam.
Mike.
All right. We live, baby. We are live. Hello and welcome to One More Minute.
This is not CK Odom for sure.
All right. Hello and welcome to Letters to Madam. We have a letter that came in. Yeah, and we're going to discuss it. Okay. I did not go in depth on this letter because I wanted to read it with you guys and I want a natural and honest reaction. Okay. So forgive me because it's a little stormy here in Dallas. But let's get it. Okay. Hey everybody, how y'all doing?
Good.
That's amazing.
Hi.
All right, there we go. Okay, so I'm gonna read the letter so then we can get right on into it. I do ask that everybody that does log in, please share this show. Tonight will be one for the books, just like all of them are, but tonight is extra, extra special, and we want to be a help. And yeah, so dear madam, I hate myself. I have for a long time, and some days are easier than others. I find ways to ignore the pain and not to feel. Sometimes I replace it. Right now, I feel so much that I can't talk to anyone about it. I lost my friends after attempting to take my life. I felt alone, and then I really was. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. The letter went away. Okay, I'm gonna start over for the sake of the letter went away, just to make sure. Okay, dear madam, I hate myself, and I have for a long time. Some days are easier than others, and I find ways to ignore the pain, the feel. Sometimes I replace it, and right now I feel too much, and I can't talk to anyone about it. I lost my friends after attempting to take my life. I felt alone, and then I really was. I have friends again, but I don't want to lose them, so I stay silent. How do I make my life more bearable? I know, I know it's an impossible question, but I'm in so much pain and I want to disappear. And everything is too much with regard, Bella. All right. So let's just dig right on in. Does anybody want to start?
My first response is if we know this person, whatever whoever sent the letter, definitely want to send them maybe like the number to a suicide hotline. Just because we don't know, we may not know the factor as to how deep they are with what they think about themselves, and we definitely wouldn't want to um not give them all the proper tools that they need, especially if they have tried to take their life before, and just kind of giving them resources on where they can go to get the proper counseling. But I'll let Takara dig in and I'll gather my thoughts as to what to say to an individual who's having um that point about hating themselves. And yeah.
Well, this is a very uh whew, it's a very deep, very real letter. I definitely first mind went to also Titus, the suicidal helpline, and that number I believe is 1-800-273-8255. Again, that number is, I believe it's 1-800-273-8255. That's the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. That will be
Put it
my
in the
first.
description. Yeah, we'll put it in the description too.
Yeah, we'll put it in the description too. Also, if you're here in the Metroplex, you Dallas Fort Worth, you can dial the National Crisis Center, which is 214-828-1000. If you're having suicidal thoughts, they offer training and resources for suicidal prevention and crisis as well. Thank you. My thoughts and my prayers are with you, because I definitely know what that place looks like when you have nobody but you to look at, right? And you hate yourself for whatever reason. I don't even need to know what the reason why you're hating yourself, but I will tell you that I've been there, and it gets better. Surround yourself with people that actually care. Talk to somebody is the first point of communication, period. Let somebody know what's going on with you, and definitely, if all possible, do not do it. It's kind of hard to speak on, because you got to have that frame of mind to find something to live for, find something to hold on to live for. That's what the inside of me is saying. But the part of me that is saying, you went through that, tell the truth. I understand how you feel. I don't just empathize with you, I sympathize with you. And you're not alone. There's so many other people that have been depressed, or felt like giving up, felt like throwing in the towel. We sing about it, we write about it. Not very many people talk about it, but I've been there, and I can tell you that helped me. Talking about it, speaking to someone that actually cared about what I had to say, just to listen to what I had to say and not fix what I had to say, helped me realize that I can come out of whatever situation, whatever depression I was going through. This was a hard one for me. I definitely will be praying for you. And thank you for reaching out to Letters to Madam for help. And I hope the days get brighter for you. I really do.
Thank you, Takara. Thank you, Titus. So I'm going to speak in, maybe I'll go transparent a little bit, but I want to say, I want to speak to the area of the letter where it talks about friendships. That's really, really a real topic. And let me tell you why. I've had friendships where there was a give and take. And I think even today, I was speaking this in a real way, because I believe in therapy, right? And I'm going through therapy, and I have a therapist. But actually just talked to my friend today. I mean, not my friend, but my therapist today. And we actually spoke about friendships, and she gave me an exercise, which is, ironic that she gave me an exercise today, and we're speaking about friendships. But it was the pros and the cons of your friendships. The good, what do you get out of your friendships that are good? What are the cons out of your friendship? In every friendship that you hold near and dear to your heart. And she also let me know that you may do that exercise and realize that there's some friends you don't need to be around. That's the truth of the matter. Sometimes you have people that take from your energy, and you leave and you're drained, and you just don't have the capacity to move on in your day, because you were so supportive that you actually stopped supporting yourself. I also learned today that people call it selfish, but we want to call it self-care. I want you to switch that word from me being selfish to you having self-care. You taking time for yourself is not selfish. It's self-care. When you take that time and you have friends that understand, they will still be there. They will not leave. If you communicated to someone that wanted to take your life and they walked away from you, maybe they weren't supposed to be there. Another facet of that is, I want to take it to an honest place of saying, did you tell somebody and then they gave you advice and then you didn't take their help, which may have triggered them in a place that you don't know about, and them helping you may have triggered them. So it's not that they don't want to help you, is that they can't be there for you, and that's okay. There are different places. Like I said, there are even some free avenues where you can get some different types of help for that. These are friends that won't walk away because they're trained to be there for you. I would encourage you to use those. So let's speak to the area of, you don't want to live. A lot of times I found that you want to replace the pain of hurt with something else. And that something else may be, I don't want to be here anymore. But that here may be coming in a form of, I don't want to live, because you really don't want to visit the place of pain, or you want the pain to stop. I also will speak in a very, very, well, I want to say that this is not harsh, but this is frank. Mental illness is real. If you find more times than none, you hear noises, you see reflections, you find you're sadder than normal a lot of times, you have a problem maybe balancing out your mood, I would encourage you to try to get evaluated. It's okay. You may get evaluated and they don't do anything. You may get evaluated when they say, oh, you may have a chemical imbalance. So, but not to do anything. If you do not try anything, it's 100%, you'll still be in the same place. So I encourage you to find something to help in that aspect. And if you can't, because I did get the letter, I will be trying to do with whatever is in my wheelhouse to do, to give some information. And again, I can give you information, but it's going to be up to you to use it. So now I'll talk about the friends that you have. There's a form of control when we try to manipulate somebody into staying around us. You are an amazing person. And if they don't want to be around you because, or you feel like they may not want to be around you once they find out about things that you're struggling with, you may need to find a different set of friends. And if you do want to continue that friendship, transparency will be the biggest thing that you can gain. And you'll find out if you should keep those friends, or if you need to replace those friends, or if you're in a season of friendship at all. You may be in a season of self-ship where you need to really be your own friend and find out things about yourself, so then you can move forward, because you don't want to use friendships as a crutch either. You know, I'll stop there because I did say a lot. So Titus or Tigard, y'all want to chime in there?
I don't think it's a chime in, but just more, I guess, sharing. Maybe something that you've already said is that whoever you are loved, and that there is purpose, and that you have value, and that your life is worth living. And it's going to take maybe even getting still and trying to detach your emotions to whatever is going on, so that you can belong or get into the space to where you can walk through whatever you're walking through. Because on the other side of this is something greater. Like, we all have lows, you know what I'm saying? And we have highs. And maybe this is a low you feel like you can't get through, but with help, with coaching, with prayer, with guidance, you can get through anything. And I want to just encourage whoever sent the letter is to speak life to yourself, even if it's just getting up every morning and speaking your own affirmations to say, you know what, I love me, or I'm a great person, or I'm wise. Whatever the affirmation looks like to you, or whatever the words that you feel like you should be getting from other people, start to speak it to yourself. Because I know what it feels like to be in a low place where you feel like you're not getting the affirmation that you need, or you feel like the people that you are connected with don't really know your value. But what I found in my low place is when people don't tell me certain things, at the end of the day, if I don't tell myself, then everybody else's opinion is going to, if I don't tell myself, I'm going to buy into what other people say about me. So I have to tell myself certain things. Even now, I'm looking at this camera because I'm like, Titus, your skin is on point. Because I have to learn a certain self-love about myself so that I can continue to get up and go to work and grind. And you have to be able to look at yourself, even if you don't feel like you're the best, there are days where I don't feel like I look the best, but I will legit get up and say, Titus, you are handsome, you are worth it, you are love, you are intelligent. You have to get your levels up, and you do that by speaking out of your mouth. I'm a believer in using the word of God, using the principles of the word. The word says that there's death and life in the power of your tongue. So as you continue to speak life, you will continue to shift the atmosphere or the energy, however you want to call it, around you, to the point to where your levels will come up so that you can see the other side, or see even the light in the tunnel, so that you can get through. So.
And to speak to the end, towards the end of that, you spoke about levels, and it's good to have accountability partner to check in on you mentally. What are your mental numbers? Know your mental numbers. Know what takes you down, what number, so oh, I need to avoid this place or avoid this thing because I don't want to attach this thing to this feeling, because this feeling takes me to this number. I think that helped me. That's helping me a lot throughout my days to self-check myself. Not necessarily wait on Madam Secretary or Mr. Titus Glenn to call and say, hey sis, I'm just checking on you. What are your mental numbers today? I self-check my own self to make sure that I'm okay. If 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 the phone rings and I'm not able to get a phone call, and I know that person on the other end is going to drag me to that number, I'm going to let it go to voicemail because I'm in a good mood. I don't want my mood being ruined by news and guess what?
And it don't even have to be a friend. It can be a family member.
It can be a family member. It can be anybody. It doesn't have to be a friend, or it can be social media. I have been on fasting myself in the morning time not to get on social media first. So I've been spending more time with me first. And, maybe it's reading, right now I'm reading 101 possible Bible verses dealing with anxiety and fear. So it's just that little 5-minute me time before I take my kids to school. So I'm just, giving you a little bit tidbit of advice to help you throughout your day. Check in with yourself and see if you're okay, and what your numbers and what your vital signs are. And I think that's all I have.
I'll also speak to the one part that you said life feels unbearable. Yeah. That's right. Life is hard. For most of your life, someone else thought for you. Someone else made most of the decisions for you. The beginning of your life, somebody said, oh, it's time for you to walk. So it's time for you to not drink the bottle. It's time for you to take off the pacifier. Hey, this is how you should get yourself dressed. That really doesn't go together. Put this on. And then you get to a place in your life where those decisions or those people or your parents or whoever, they're gone, their voice is gone. Or maybe you get to a place where you understand, okay, I know right from wrong. I think I got the hang of this. But then you get to a place where you can be overwhelmed because now you are literally making every decision. And for the biggest part of your life, you didn't make every decision. You just followed directions. So I want to say, yes, life sometimes will be unbearable. Take a breath. Breathe. It's going to happen. When it happens, I want you to sit in that feeling and I want you to begin to sort those things out. Once you sort them out, you're able to see them for what they are. You know what? I'm tired of making decisions. And that day, don't make a decision. Do you want something from Sonic? I don't know. Keep it moving. You know, if it's simple as that, as simple as your body will tell you you're tired. Guess what? Take a day off from work and go to sleep. You exercise your body, you exercise patience, you exercise your mind in listening to what your body. I know every day you can't take off of work and say, I want to lay down. But if you get to a place where you're laying down every time you hit the door, I can't diagnose you, but I'm going to tell you, you should see a professional and let them know I'm really fatigued and I'm fatigued a lot. Know your body. Get in tune with you. If you have a stomach ache, you go get medicine for it. If you have a headache, you go get medicine for it. But when your brain tells you that something is going on, don't block that out. So yes, life will be unbearable. And that is normal. Life is unbearable probably for 100% of the world at times. Breathe. Take it in. And then challenge yourself to be able to sort those things out. I'll tell you some things that I do, and I'll actually show you. This is never ever seen before, but I write and I don't care. I don't know if you can see it. You can kind of see, but I will pick up a piece of paper in a minute and you can see it. Anyway, I'll write on whatever is next to me just to get it out of my head. Because for me, even in therapy today, I talked to my therapist and I let her know my anxiety was building up in my chest so heavy, it felt like something was sitting on me. I was just holding it in. And now I have to tell myself, relax, breathe, because you're holding it in your chest. Write it out. So I didn't have time to go find a notebook. I don't care if it was an envelope from something I just opened in the mail. I would just write out my thought. Okay, you got to go to the bank. You got to put some gas in the car. Hey, how do you feel today? You really want somebody to tell you hello? As simple as the wants and needs that I want for me. I had to get it out of my head because it was making too much noise. It literally was just, I'm like, okay, at this point. And now I write everything out and I'm able to plan a little bit better. I'm able to breathe a lot better. And I'm able to stay on track and everything doesn't feel so overwhelming because, yeah, you're trying to keep up with life and make all of these decisions, but you have no order. Because sometimes after that mentor, parent, whatever, once they stop making decisions for you, they don't then in turn tell you, okay, now this is how you make all of the rest of the decisions in your life. This is how it goes, and this is your planner. I don't think we ever give a planner at graduation, but that may be a new thing. Give a planner at graduation and tell and encourage people to start planning out your life, your budget, your me time. So, and I want to say thank you. There's a special thank you for you being very open and transparent because I won't say for the first time, I think we've tackled some difficult topics on here. Before this time, I didn't overthink it. And I felt like this has a purpose because you were able to use this outlet and say, I'm gonna write to Madam. That really touched me in a different way, because if I didn't have this platform, who would you have written to? I don't know if you wouldn't have, I don't know if this letter would have been different, if it would have been a different circumstance if you didn't have an outlet. So I want to say a special thanks. And I want to dedicate tonight's show to you, the entire show to you, for allowing this platform to hopefully be a help to you, to be able for us to talk out some tools as a team, and for us to know that there's somebody listening. I needed to know that somebody on the other side, they're listening and they're watching and they're seeing. And I won't take for granted that you hear me, that you hear Takara, and that you hear Titus when we speak. So I want to dedicate tonight's show to you. And I want to say, I also understand. I just understand. And I want to let you know that take it one moment at a time, because the day may be too much.
Mhm.
1 second at a time.
I have to say this last thing. I just call to say I love you. I just call to say how much I care. I just call to say I love you, and we mean it from the bottom of our heart. God bless you.
Yes, we can end the show right there. I didn't have, the audience didn't come into work today. Thank you so much, Takara, and thank you. This is Letters to Madam. Please feel free to write your letters, inbox us, share this show. If you can't get in touch with me, my information on Facebook is a little difficult. I will be transferring over, but right now it's 2-3 Foodcation Queen, and that's 2TWO Food FOOD Cation CATION Queen QUEEN. I was a YouTuber and I was trying to do the YouTube thing. You can do Titus Glenn, that's TITUSGLENN, or Takara Hyden, that's TOCCARAHYDE. And you can inbox them your letters, or you can message me your letter, and we will tackle these letters. Tonight's show was a demonstration of a real letter. Just like we come on here, we talk about real things. We will tackle these letters. So as you guys send them, we will not water them down. We will be transparent and genuine because we want to help. Thank you so much. Share this show. Give a like, a comment, subscribe if you're on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, please comment and share. We want to know what you guys are thinking. We want some more input, and we want to know that we're helping. So we will put the suicide hotline in the description, and also the the prevention. What is it?
The National Crisis Prevention.
The crisis prevention hotline, because some things can be prevented, and use it. If you don't feel like you are comfortable with doing it on your own, find someone you can confide in, and you make that call with them. Make sure if you want to, you can make it with them. If you know me, call me and make it with me. If you know Takara or Titus, and this is real. This is not a this is not a drill. We love you, and that's tonight's show. You can find us on TTNT tomorrow night. And Titus Glenn's webpage, we will be having Jonathan Ford on here. You can find us on Lyric Talk every Friday with Titus Glenn and whatever special guests he's gonna have on there. But they will be breaking down lyrics. And yes, Monday nights, Pen and Heart, there in the corner of Titus's screen. If you're here and you want to write songs, we will be coming out with something to help, even with writing songs through therapy. So I love you guys. Thank you for watching Letters to Madam, and we're out.